Car scammers are using websites like Facebook to con tens of thousands of pounds out of people, like you and me.
Got scammed £10,000.
I got scammed 25 grand and got arrested for attempted murder.
For 105,000.
More than 10,000 adverts on Facebook are scams, meaning the chances of getting scammed when buying your next motor is quite likely. Like you, I always thought, how do people fall for that? Well, today I did, and my God, it was a costly mistake. In 2023, people like you and me have lost over £500,000 due to car scams.
It's gone. It's all gone.
And that's from only one bank and only on the Facebook platform. That's an increase of a massive 93% in only 1 year. As the fraudsters become more and more profitable, the number of scams found online is rocketing. The way these adverts prey against these victims is mainly through one tactic: price. The scammers find a real car for sale and post the same ad on another platform for a fraction of the price. It's that simple. Then they repeat the process hundreds of times. Then they sit back and wait for a bite. And this is the exact scam that I fell for, but we'll get onto that a little bit later. To you, this may look obvious, and you may be able to identify from a mile away that listings like these are a scam. But we wanted to find out how many people actually fall for these too good to be true listings. Right, let's make us a fake advert. So we're going to use this beautiful Fiat 500, which I found on Auto Trader. It's 283 miles away, so hopefully they're not going to knock on our door tonight. It's a Cat N, 13,000 miles, and it's a 69 plate, £8,750 they're selling theirs for. Now ours is going to be a little bit better than this one because it's no longer going to be a Cat N, and I reckon what, half price? Yeah, 4.5 grand, bargain. We just copy over the details from the real advert, copy and paste the description, add a few bits of extra spec, heated steering wheel and lovely cruise control, and within a few minutes we have made a completely fake advert of somebody else's car. It was straight up for the world to see. We were even able to spend £7 to boost the advert. No questions asked. And we are live. Right, we'll leave that for a few hours and see how many people send us a message to see if they want to buy and send a deposit for our beautiful half-price car. We checked to see how many dodgy adverts were out there right now on Marketplace, and within 5 minutes we had found 7 adverts, 7 on Facebook Marketplace. They're all the same template and they're all obviously the same guy. All cars which are super cheap and are obviously fake. It's mad. If you think this scam is ridiculous, this is just the tip of the iceberg to what we found out in the last few days. The world is getting to be a dangerous place. The worst part about falling for these scams, it's the horrific impact that this has on normal people's lives.
My world was crumbling down around me and I didn't know what I was going to do.
Cars are usually the second biggest purchase that we make in our lives. So when the scammers strike, it can be a massive impact to us financially, especially when a lot of the time that money is borrowed. Usually your insurance doesn't cover you for theft by deception. So that means if you get scammed, it's your problem. So you have no car, but you still have to keep up the repayments, even when the car is gone. Less than 10 minutes after our fake advert had gone live, we already had a hit.
This is terrifying. That literally took a couple minutes.
And after a few more minutes of negotiations, our unsuspecting victim was ready to send us a deposit. This is disgusting. Facebook, you need to get your heads around this and sort of find a way of seeing who's copying this format, because this is bad. People are losing thousands of pounds daily. So how do scammers get the money out of their victims? Just like we did in our example advert, they ask you for a deposit. They then pretend there's lots of interest in that car and they're about to sell the car to somebody else. So then you rush to send them a deposit to a car that doesn't even exist. And sometimes that can be thousands of pounds. And this is exactly the tactics which they used on me. And I just didn't see it coming. To understand how common this is, I reached out on Instagram to share your stories. And sadly, there is a lot of followers who had fell for these clever tactics. This is James. He is 21 years old and was trying to buy a Range Rover Sport.
I was looking and I found this one and it was like a little bit cheaper than the rest, but not too much to be like, yeah, that's a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
I could hear kids in the background on the phone saying like nanny and stuff like that.
Sounds like a real person who wouldn't be a scam.
She's basically this garage has said to her they're going to come pick it up on Saturday. So I said, tell you what, I took the day off work, I'll come down Friday with the money. And she's like, oh, you're going to have to pay a deposit if you want to beat them. And I was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
No, I said, do you know what, I want the car, so I send them. Yeah, so I'm there, I paid $4.5 grand, and I knocked on the door, and I said to the lady, I said, I'm here for the Range Rover. And she was like, oh no. And she was like, you've been scammed.
Oh.
Like, she said, no, seriously. She said, I've had 4 people this morning. When the other guy was there, another guy turned up, and he paid $6 grand.
So that's now 6 people.
All paying in the thousands. I think the minimum was $2.5 grand. So they easily made 40,000 in a day.
That's an alarming example of how many people fell for just that one scam, but it gets worse. Let's get back to our fake advert and see how many people we could have scammed. 26 messages, and that's on our one listing alone. So if you multiply that by we already know there's tens of thousands of scam listings on Facebook right now, then this is serious numbers. It says from the stats that there's £500,000 worth of fraudulent money being gained out of these listings in 2023, but no way. From what we've seen today, it must be way more than that. These guys, if they can get a couple of people hooked in only one day, they are making some serious cash. I think we can all agree that this was super easy and free to set up this trap, but maybe like me you think you could tell if this wasn't real. Well, I thought I was streetwise, but I fell for a scam, and a big one. And it all started with this, my Porsche GT3 RS. It is one of the most amazing cars I have ever seen, although it was quite difficult to buy.
I was wanting to buy a new GT3 RS, please. Have you bought enough cars?
Eventually though, after a 3-part series, I managed to get one. We are getting a GT3 RS, and everybody loved it.
It's beautiful.
It's mad, isn't it?
It's ridiculous.
Oh, it's just something else, isn't it? You know I don't like Porsches, but this is... oh, it's so nice.
But this is a lot better than maths.
Yeah, this is way
so much better than maths.
But there is a major problem. Simple supply and demand issues have seen these cars sitting at an unrealistic inflated price. Now these cars are fetching as much as £150,000 over what that car was originally bought for. But now these cars are down to £310,000. That's serious chunks of money they are dropping, which of course is a worry, a big worry. So when Lewis called me to say he had a way out for me, I jumped at the chance.
I've actually got a customer very interested in that specific car, so I would like to offer you your money back for the car.
Cheers, Lewis. Thanks a lot. Bye. Bye. Trouble is, now I have an itch for the amazing GT3 RS. So I started looking for a car which wouldn't lose money and hopefully a sound appreciating investment. So we went back to my own advice about buying a limited edition car around 15 years old. Now, if you missed that video, you can go back and watch it after this one. And I think I have found the perfect car. Let me introduce the 997 GT3 RS, a classic model that's got all the raw magic. And because of its older age, it's sitting in the perfect window to potentially make a sound investment. To make sure this was a wise decision, I asked some of my friends what they thought of it.
Right, I'm a Porsche man. You guys and the people at home probably know that. Amazing car, amazing car.
Best car in the world, amazing car. I mean, it's been a dream to drive one, but unfortunately I've not had the opportunity just yet.
To seal the deal, I asked Ben Collins, the ex-Stig from one of my favourite TV shows, Top Gear. And of course, he ragged this car within an inch of its life.
Porsche 997 GT3 RS, wonderful car. Nearly as good as the GT2 RS. The problem being, when you've driven the GT2...
Yeah, thanks for ruining this section, Ben. And the GT2 RS is a little bit out of our budget. So with nearly everyone on board, we set about getting this car. So I found this company in America. They have some beautiful cars. Oldest Enterprises in Texas, but check this out. 2 Bugatti Chirons. 2. We'll look at Rolls-Royce Wraith. That's much better than yours, Matt. Some beautiful Lamborghinis STO.
Please don't buy any more, Daddy. It gives me a headache.
Why do I give you a headache?
Because you buy too many cars.
All right, go play outside with you. More importantly, they have this, the Porsche GT3 RS 2011. There she is. Now, what's really good about this car, it's only done 965 miles from new, and I think because of the American market, I think this car is a bargain. Let me explain why. The main reason for that is because this car is undervalued in America compared to Europe, which is exactly the same thing which happened to my 2 Carrera GTs, and that's why we made some money all the way back then. And I think we've got the same opportunity right now. When I bought these 2 Carrera GTs, I took a hell of a lot of precautions to make sure that I didn't get scammed. But as you're about to see with a much busier schedule, I let my guard down, and this would turn out to be a huge mistake. So we're going to go through this whole process of hopefully buying this car from over in America. First of all, we'll send him an email now and just find out a little bit more about the backstory and the condition of the car. And so the journey begins. Exciting. But little did I know at this time, sometimes you just need to sit back and slow down. Good morning, it's Monday. It's raining outside, but it's sunny in here. We've heard back from Ken, and the GT3 RS is still for sale, which is the right result. Sent us loads and loads of pictures, along with some very nice photos. He had sent a walk around video, including a cold start.
As you can see, the engine is cold. It hasn't been started yet.
And oh my God, listen to the sound of this. So let's not waste any time. I'm going to reply to Ken. I'm going to ask him for the VIN number and just to make sure this has a full Porsche service history. We soon heard back and he had sent a VIN number which we checked out on Car Vertical. It was perfect. He also sent a Carfax report which looks legit. So I didn't want to waste any more time, so I went straight in with an offer to try and get a bit of a discount. Right, hopefully Ken will reply today and we can get this moving forward before it's too late.
GT3.
GT3, one which doesn't lose money. Whilst we're waiting for Ken to get back to us, I wanted to share some of the stories from our Instagram request. Now hopefully you are sat down because Tom's story is incredible. He was after a very beautiful Mercedes C63.
Went to this car dealership. It was a beautiful day. So anyway, went ahead, bought this car. So I then drove into the service station for a quick toilet break. And then as I'm driving out, coming down the slip road, as I looked down, I had 6 red dots on me. And I thought they were like flies or something. So I tried to hit these things off. As I look up then, there was 2 BMW X5s with coppers out the back windows pointing guns at me.
You've just bought the car?
I had it 17 minutes.
17 minutes?
17. And they said that you're for attempted murder because they'd done an armed robbery on a jeweller's night before in Birmingham and shot someone. They read me out about 17 different charges. They kept me in custody for about 4 or 5 hours and then realised it wasn't me. And then I remember standing on the end of this train station, filling up with tears, thinking I just lost 25 grand.
A perfectly innocent purchase, and your whole world is turned upside down in a split second. So as we mentioned before, this car is in America, and some of you may be wondering how much it would cost to get that car back to the UK. So before we carry on with this deal, let's find out. What sort of money would that be to get that back to the UK?
Get that back tested, registered, shipped, insured in its own container, give or take 4, I guess. Somewhere like that.
So that's £4,000 shipping, but also some imported cars need modifications to make them road legal here in the UK.
Yeah, just a pair of UK spec lights, they're not too bad, I don't think, on that.
This is getting really good. So we've got our car cost, about £200,000, indicators, £1,000, shipping, £4,000, import duty, 10%, £20,000, VAT, £40,000, total cost of £265,000. Now, a couple of things which we need to remember is that I reckon is 100 grand cheaper than what we can buy one in the UK. So if we had have got this right, this could have been a fantastic moneymaker. And eventually, after another day, we heard back from the salesman Ken Hoffman at Alderson Enterprises. No, he won't budge. Price fixed. He's saying he's got 3 more people interested, so fair enough. It's cheap anyway, it's the right money. Still going to go for it.
GT3.
GT3. Hopefully a great investment. GT3. We then had an email back asking for a 10% deposit, and I knew $25,000 is a serious amount of money to send to a man I've never met and for a car that I've never seen. So I went for a second opinion just to make sure that this car was the best chance of a sound investment. This is Ian, one of the directors of the Porsche Club. He knows these cars throughout the decades inside out. So if he gives me the green light, then we are good to go on this classic 997 GT3 RS. So the next morning, we headed over to Ian to see exactly what he thought of my car.
GT3.
Morning, Mark.
How you doing? You alright? Well, you found yourself a gem of a car here. I've done my homework since we spoke. And I have to say, I don't know how you found it. It is the 4 litre, it's got everything that you could ask it.
Ian had done some great research on the actual car itself, but there was a catch, which was terrifying.
So Mark, you've asked him for a cold start video, and he sent you the video.
Yeah. As you can see, the engine is cold, it hasn't been started yet.
That's Ken speaking.
Yeah. But next,
no one's speaking.
So that's the same video?
Yeah.
Ian had reverse image searched the main picture on the listing and he found the original source, Max Power Motors. These were the exact same pictures that Ken was using. So that's an old photo then?
Yeah, 12 months ago this was put up and sold by Max Power Motors.
Right, so but how do you know that's my car?
Because it's 529.
And when we cross-referenced the pictures that Ken had sent us, it's the same car. And that walk-around video wasn't his. He had downloaded it from Max Power Motors' YouTube channel, which was actually uploaded a year ago. And back then it sold for $700,000, which is nearly 3 times what Ken is asking for it now.
Why is Ken selling the car a year later and at a deflated price?
The evidence was clear, but I was blinded by the deal and I didn't want to believe it. Maybe the economy? What about if he doesn't know this is a 4 litre? I was coming up with every excuse to why there could be a simple explanation. So Ian, he did some more digging. If you look at Ken's details, there's the address of where the dealership is.
Okay.
On Google, the dealership actually exists, including a review. 5-star, happy days.
Yeah, but Mark, 2 weeks ago, 1 review for a dealership.
And strangely, the car dealership even shows up on the maps.
It's a Cadillac dealership.
I'll tell you, let's search Ken, let's see who Ken is.
Okay.
And after a bit more digging, we found Ken Hoffman on LinkedIn. There we go. Alderson Enterprises. He does work there.
Yeah, he worked there for 5 years, but he left in 21.
Well, where's he work now?
A Chevrolet dealership in Lubbock.
This Chevrolet dealership is located only 40 minutes away from the Alderson Enterprises dealership. And what also doesn't make sense is why Alderson Enterprises doesn't show up on Google Maps. Until we realised you could go back in time on Google Street View at the address which Alderson is registered to. Alderson? It is there. So we're thinking the guy I'm speaking to isn't this guy?
No.
So, to recap, what we have discovered is Alderson Enterprises was a real dealership and Ken Hoffman did work there, but we now know it closed 3 years ago. So we think fake Ken has brought this dealership back to life. So this has U-turned from buying a dream investment car to maybe discovering one of the biggest supercar scam websites in the world, listing over £80 million worth of exotic cars. I'm still not 100% sure this is still an accusation. Let's get some real hard facts. Let's speak to the real Ken Hoffman, just to make sure that this is 100% a really, really big, massive scam. This nearly had $25,000 a mile. So using the real Ken's LinkedIn page, we called up the dealership he currently works at.
Thank you for calling Leveland Chevrolet. This is Kim. How may I help you?
Ken Hoffman, please.
Okay.
This is Ken. Thank you for holding.
Hi Ken, my name's Mark. We think somebody's been stealing your identity.
For car sales?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so you're aware of it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And you should pick my name of all people.
Yeah. You must have been a good car salesman.
I was in finance most of the time, so I didn't really even sell cars. So I just did the paperwork.
Because you used to work at Alderson, didn't you? At the Alderson Enterprises.
Correct, although that it was sold in October of 2021. So from what my manager told me, a police officer investigating this in Florida called.
Do you think the police have been onto you because somebody's been scammed?
Oh, absolutely, yes. So,
devastatingly, someone from Florida has already fallen victim to this exact scam website. Fake Ken, what a cheeky bastard. If you think, Reese, go back to the very start. when we tried to inquire about this car. Now, he left us waiting for 2 days telling us that there was somebody else interested in the car. The absolute genius fraudster. And then thinking back now as well, obviously he said to us he wouldn't take a deal. He wouldn't take $240,000. He wouldn't take $240,000 because it makes us believe even more that it's real. But that poor person who sent that money in Florida, God, I hope it was only a deposit and it wasn't a full amount for a car. But if you think about it, that was nearly me. I nearly sent him $25,400. So close. Thank you, Ian, for saving me. But right, ready?
Let's confront the fake Ken.
Fake Ken, we are coming for you. Oh God, what's he going to say? I hope he doesn't just put the phone down. Jesus, I'm nervous. Ready?
Yep.
Alderson Enterprise, this is Ken. How can I help you?
Hi Ken, it's Mark calling from England. You okay?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you, sir?
Yeah, thanks for everything so far.
Sure.
Is it possible to do a FaceTime call?
No. As I said, for personal reasons, we don't. I can't do a FaceTime call.
What an a**hole. As soon as we asked to see his face, he shuts us straight down, and the lies just kept coming. But to be fair, he could sound believable. Is the car there now to FaceTime the car? I understand that you, for personal reasons yourself, but what about the car?
I know, but it's our policy. We don't do video calls.
I'm still a little bit nervous about sending you the money, obviously not seeing the car or anything. You know, I see on the website 27 years and I see you do a lot of work with charities, which is great.
Yes, we do, Ben. But if you don't feel comfortable buying a car over the internet, you are more than welcome to visit us. You can go on a plane.
So now the time has come. We finally get to confront this dirty scammer. Right, so we're an investigation team from the UK and we know that we spoke to the real Ken Hoffman. So Ken, we know that you're a scammer. So what have you got to say for yourself? Oh. Fake Ken hanging up on this call says it all, but at least we have got him. He's happy enough to steal your money, but a coward for not speaking to us. From what we've learned, please don't send a deposit, don't send the money. Stand in front of that car, no matter how far away it is, see it, pay the money, and then drive the car away there and then. But after posting a video exposing Fake Ken's scam, we received this shocking message. So my problem is, he sent me an email which is threatening towards me, Jane, and ridiculously my 5-year-old daughter. Okay. Mark, you must be a foolish person. You don't know what you have started. You live in a bubble. This will be your fall. I promise we will meet soon, face to face, to show you I am not a coward, as you said. And then a picture. What sort of a man threatens myself and my family when he himself does nothing but thieve and steal from innocent people? What a man. Jane, we have a situation.
What's this?
It's an email from Fake Ken.
What sort of sick is he?
What do you think we should do?
Find him.
So we're going to track down Fake Ken and confront him. Hi, is that Ken?
Yes.
This is Ken, the real Ken. He works in a car dealership in a town called Lubbock, in the heart of Texas, over in the US of A. His identity was stolen by a scammer who attempted to scam $25,000 off me. We spoke to the real Ken Hoffman in the last video, and he confirmed he was actually the victim of identity fraud. He works helping to sell small family cars, not scamming people out of millions of dollars selling non-existent rare supercars. On my search to find Fake Ken, I thought the best place to start is with the person our scammer claims to be. And so he's basically sent me a message saying that he's coming for me and me and my family. He sent me a picture of my wife and my 5-year-old daughter.
Oh my. Oh my. Well, you know, the funny thing is that Alderson, I mean, It was a small family-run dealership. I mean, we just weren't that big of a company.
Yeah.
So I almost think that the guy has to be local, because who internationally or whatnot would even know that Alderson went out of business or sold, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't know how much press that gets, but...
Finding Fake Ken's location is going to be vital for this investigation, as I am planning to confront him to ask him why he thinks it's acceptable to threaten my family. In last week's video, when we first met Ken, he told us this.
So from what my manager told me, a police officer investigating this in Florida called...
Do you think the police have been onto you because somebody's been scammed?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
So the Florida police have already got involved, but I wanted to see what our UK police do when somebody is receiving threats online.
I tried to buy a car and it was a scam, and now he's sending me malicious communications.
Okay, what we can do, Mark, is get you booked in to sort of get this on the record with officers. Whereabouts do you live?
Because of the danger of this threat, the police booked us in to visit the very next day.
Good morning. Right, we're off to see the police this morning. Now, hopefully, the police are going to help us track him down and find out exactly who and where is the fake Ken.
I really want to see what the police can do, considering this man has threatened my family.
So, at this stage, because he doesn't know your address and doesn't pose a real threat, it's likely that it will only be logged and filed, unfortunately.
So at least that's now logged with the police. Now, it's something called malicious comms, and what she did say, she has to get approval from her bosses to take it further, and she already said that it takes a lot of resources, so I don't hold much hope, but where we go from here, I really don't know. At the very least, this is now logged onto the UK police database, which is definitely a step closer to stopping Ken. Later in the video, we end up back with the police as Ken increases his threats. For now, we need to take things into our own hands. Earlier when we spoke to the real Ken, he thinks that fake Ken may actually be local to him, located very near to Texas. Because I've never tried to catch a scammer before, I needed to speak to somebody who has successfully done this many times before.
Scamming it's really interesting. People make so much money scamming, like unbelievable amounts of money scamming.
This is Jordan, a very clever man who used to make videos exposing crypto scammers, but I had no idea how serious these scams can be.
They got really extreme with the threats, and the problem was with those guys, they actually started carrying out threats. So there was a guy called Forex Rob, who was a friend of mine, like an ally that would do a lot of research on these guys. And he ended up getting into a very serious fight with some of these scammers.
These scammers can be extremely dangerous, and I want to protect me, but more importantly, my family. So Fake Ken needs to be stopped, and I want to see where Jordan thinks he may be located.
It's pretty likely, that he does live in America, and it's pretty likely that he's some teenager in a hood. That's generally where a lot of these American scams had come from. With it being American, like so American, it doesn't look like a Nigerian scam. It's too complex, it's too well put together.
This backs up real Ken's thoughts. Maybe he is in America.
Do you think there's any way of tracking him just for some emails now?
You can get him, but you need to fish him back. Secondary to that, you gotta hack the guy. We can.
Obviously, I'm not a hacker. Even with Jordan's best attempts to educate me, I still had no clue. But thankfully, he knows people that do.
If you send me everything you've got on him in an email, I'll see what I can come up with in terms of finding something. And I'll also send it off to some people that I know that are much better than me at that kind of stuff, and see what they can come back with.
This is great news. We now have people in the underground world to try and help us find out where Fake Ken is. We have received another email from Ken, and this time from a new email address, and he is again using a scare tactic of attaching loads more pictures of my family. And interestingly, this time Ian has been CC'd on that email. So Ian is the IT director of the Porsche Club, and he was the one who saved me from the scam in the last video.
This is a scam site.
Sorry to drag you into this. I know you're only trying to help me, but somehow you're now CC'd in.
It's not your fault, Mark. You're not the criminal here. However, I can turn this into something positive. So we set up a GMX email address, and he sent it to my office, so I can now, using the header information, find his IP address.
So what is an IP address? When you send a letter to somebody, you can put a return address on it. This is the same for when you try to access a website. The website needs to know where to send the information back to, and it uses your IP address. If you have an IP address, you can find the location where that email was sent from. So using our bad emails that Ken has sent us, we might be able to find his whereabouts. As mentioned earlier, Ken's latest email is from a different email address, and I think I know why.
Now I'm guessing that he's done that because the original email address from the first video has probably had some abuse from our viewers.
Most likely. So leave it with me and I'll get back to you.
Perfect, thank you.
Whilst Ian is busy working on finding the IP address, we had a message from a subscriber called Simon. He was scammed out of a hell of a lot of money, but this incredible story that he is going to share with us sounds like it could also be fake Ken. Could this potentially give us some more info to help us find him?
I found the car. I was in Georgia at the time, sent a couple of email inquiries. Guy came back, can you send me some more photographs of the car? And some photographs came back, but it was the photographs of the car when the car had been sold at auction sometime earlier.
So far, this story is exactly like mine. The pictures Fake Ken had sent me were just pictures copied and pasted from a different website.
I'm going to back this up with a phone call. Yeah, we can get the car out by the end of this week, but we need the deposit now. And then he was talking to me, and then somebody else came to talk to him. He said, oh, excuse me, are you talking to the guy about the ML? Yeah. Oh, well, is he having it or not? And I could hear this.
That is far.
And I'm like thinking, oh, I'm going to lose this car now. And I think it was $48,000, the car. So I transferred immediately. There's a real twist at the end of this, though. He just kind of said, hey, sorry, Simon, this happens. And I found out the money was in Benin. 2 months, maybe 3 months after this, I got a phone call from Ben.
He rang you afterwards?
Yeah, and he said, Simon, do you want to try and make some of your money back? I'm like, and he said, and I swear on my life, this is true. He said, we've got another customer in your part of the world. He's going to pay us a $15,000 deposit today, and we'll give him your account. This is how it works. $15,000 will be paid into your account. Do whatever you want with it. Once we've got that, he'll pay the rest of the money into ours. That's what happened to you, mate. And I'm like, are you serious? And he said, yeah, let me know. And I just hung up, and that was it 3 years ago.
That is ridiculous. That is so similar. So the tactic they use is they get a car and make it look really, really cheap, so then you want to buy it. But then the clever bit is they make you believe that other people are wanting to buy that car at the same time. So then you panic into sending a deposit without doing all the proper checks. The problem is the cars don't even exist. It's not even a real thing. But we go, yeah, I want it, send the money. Then you can't. So how do we try and learn from Simon's and my mistakes? How do we protect ourselves from being conned out of our money? It's for sure not easy, but we have picked up a few tips which we will share with you a little later. Let's look into the scam that I nearly fell for, starting with the Alderson Enterprises website. It's a monster with over 140 cars listed, but each one of those cars, Ken has to have all the information ready, so when the buyer asks the question, he is able to answer it immediately. That could be a walk-around video, a library of pictures, or documentation showing service records. But that needs to be ready for every single one of the 140 cars that he is pretending to sell. This is massive prior research that makes this scam believable. That's why people are falling for this fraud. He is literally replicating a real buying experience. Now this is very clever. Alderson Enterprises actually comes up in Google searches. You can see here we've got the website link, you've got directions, you've got a phone number, you can even see it on Street View. But the big one, you can leave a Google review. Very, very convincing. Now this bit here is very, very difficult to get. Now to get this listing, you have to have access to the actual business address. I'm not sure how Ken did it, but that makes the scam very believable. But one thing is for sure, he has put a hell of a lot of effort into making this scam look like the real deal. These scam websites can be very convincing, but we're going to give you a few tips to hopefully make sure that you don't get scammed. Now this logo here is very pixelated and the images used for the cars are very low res, but the big one. These three cars all have a very different background. Now, obviously that doesn't make it a fake dealer, but for me,
I smell a rat, because if you are a proper dealer, a lot of the time you have a certain space you allocate to take every photo of the car so they all match and it looks neat on your website. Now the car we were looking at, it has loads of different photos, but just to make sure, what you can do is ask the seller for some extra photos. You dictate what angle you want it taken at. So really, he has to have the car. Another one, ask him for a video call. And if he says he can't for personal reasons,
For personal reasons, I can do a FaceTime call.
pretty sure it's a fake. So stop vigilant, and this is really important. Stand next to the car, touch it, feel it, check it. From what I've learned, I would not send a single penny unless I have these keys in my hand. And as soon as that money has hit their bank, sit in it and drive it away. I had the handbrake on. Try again and drive it away. Just as we thought we'd heard the last of Fake Ken. So we've had another 2 emails from Ken. That's 3 now today. So you read my emails. Yeah, obviously he's got some sort of read request on there. Alright, I guess that monetization from YouTube is more important than the safe of your family. Money, ... the root of evil. How ironic that the man who's stealing from innocent people is telling me that money is the root of evil because we get monetization from YouTube. Ridiculous. Okay, and then the next one. Too bad your family will suffer the most, not you, even though they're not to blame. But it's easy to see what kind of man you are. It says I've got too much ego. No one will be able to protect me from what's coming until it's too late. What kind of man gets a facelift?
That's a fair point.
Honestly. And it also shows that he thinks I'm young and I've had a facelift, which is probably a positive thing.
That's not what he means.
Ian, he says, is a down-to-earth person compared to you. Your pride will be the beginning of the end. It's just ridiculous. But 3 in 1 day, to be fair, that's only strengthening our case because the police will see this as some sort of harassment, stalking thing, because 3 emails in 1 day is ridiculous. But after looking over the emails again, I noticed something interesting. One of the emails, it says, nice story you just posted. So he's looking at our Instagram stories. Instagram shows you who has viewed a story that you post. So that means Ken is one of these people.
How many's that?
Not ideal, 13,000. But he took the photos off the email of Jane's Instagram. So he's definitely watching what she's doing. So, I bet he's looked at her stories. How many people? 205 people. So Ken, Fake Ken, is one of those 205 people. Getting closer. We are getting closer. Along with this new lead, we have also passed 2 emails on to the police. This will hopefully help them in their investigation. With more information coming our way, we stepped it up a level and went to the government's cyber fraud team, a facility which is multinational.
Because the NCSC works with the FBI, Interpol, the Mounties.
They work internationally from country to country, continent to continent. These people are everywhere.
And the NCSC and those guys, they will pick it up. You'll get a response quite quickly.
We sent all the information we had gathered so far. This intel investigation team are huge. They have international cross-continent powers and have no boundaries to their resources. This is brilliant for us as it means the chance of finding Ken is now greater than ever. Okay, right, we've had another email, but this time, interestingly, it's from his original email address. But this one, it changes everything. I am writing you this email in the morning after a night of party. Cocaine and alcohol. I've just gone home and I feel a little bit dizzy. I don't know if you believe me, but that's the truth. I wouldn't be sending this email if I knew you were a slight chance to find something out. The only chance to stop it would be to delete the video and everyone can go their separate ways, like we never met. That's why I can promise you all your websites, or your crypto accounts, or your shorty Jenny, Jane, I will go the most hard after her. Not because I enjoy it, but because it will hurt you. Unbelievable. Anyway, I wish you good luck. If the faith wouldn't have brought us close together, you would have been a nice buddy to chat with. I will go full nuclear on Shorty Jane, maybe in 1 month, maybe in 3 months, maybe in 6, maybe in 1 year. It's a promise, not a threat. I know you live in your bubble and feel invincible. I know your address in the UK and where you live. I know where Jane does groceries. I know your routine. I wish you good luck. You will need it. Ali Acasta Est. Better Google that. Latin or Julius Caesar.
It means things have happened that can't be changed back. If you'd like to read this email in its entirety, give the video a pause now. And while you're doing so, please don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so I think on here there's a few massive mistakes. Crypto account. I don't do crypto. I know you spoke with authorities. Of course I did. You threatened my family. Of course I went to the police. And it also says I'm with Shorty Jenny. Now, if I am with Shorty Jenny, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble with Jane. But the massive one is here. I know your address in the UK. Now that's very interesting, because the police, they could help us, but until they saw an immediate threat, they couldn't escalate it to the next level. Now that statement there changes everything. We can now take this to the UK police. They will have to take immediate action. As he has stated, he knows where we live. And we also have some more good news. Ian has done some digging and he has some results to show us.
Right.
How's the investigation?
Well, I've got something exciting to show you. The best thing that's happened is we've had more emails. Every time he sends an email, he gives us more information and we can find out more details.
Ian showed us how he has got Ken's IP address. He took the latest email we had been sent. He then expanded the email header to show more information, and amongst all this gobbledygook, he somehow managed to find this little number, his IP address. He then cross-referenced the IP address to find a coordinate location.
And then this is where the magic comes in. Are you ready?
And hey presto, Ian had found fake Ken's location.
Right, so this has led us straight to where he's using his tier point data center.
And oh my God, look where the location is, only 350 miles away from where Alderson Enterprises was originally located.
So that obviously lines up with what Jordan and real Ken said, that they think he's located close to the original Alderson Enterprises address.
But unfortunately, not was all what it seemed.
Now the thing is, he could be using a VPN. So he still could be hiding.
Right.
A VPN is a tool that allows you to both change and hide behind your location. So this exact location we have is only a server, and from the server to his actual street address is just unknown. We were so close to finding him, so this is a dead end.
However, if a scammer goes on a cocaine bender and sends you an email early in the morning, they might forget to turn their VPN on. Now, the best part of this email, he sent it to my office email address. Now, how do you think he got that office email address? He visited my website. My website has tracking on, and the tracking will show where people are coming from because it's a marketing tool. So one of the people that's visited my website is fake Ken.
But how do we know which one he is?
Imagine now, why would one person have been on my website, my business website, my Instagram, my LinkedIn, your business website, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, James? No, there's no way that one IP address could have been on all of them.
So we're looking for a common link on all those different platforms he's been visiting, and we might just find it.
Yes, the more emails we have and the more things he's touching, the more chance we have of finding him. It's going to take time, but we can do it.
But Ian had one more interesting thing to show us.
So since we've been doing this, we've been monitoring what's been going on with the Google Map pin. Now, Alderson Enterprises had one review when we first looked.
Yeah.
Because of what's been going on and the video, he's now got 9 negative reviews. And what he's done to hide is he's changed himself to be Little Italy Pizza. Why, I don't know. So, he's then changed it to be a Cadillac dealership with a new phone number. And then that has now gone.
But have we got that phone number?
Yeah, we've got a screenshot.
So we could call him tonight?
Yeah.
What Ian has found is very interesting, although it is going to take some man hours to troll through. Although now we have a new phone number, we may just be able to confront him live on the phone. In the meantime, we had some amazing news. As we discussed earlier, the Alderson Enterprises scam would have been incredibly difficult to set up, and I have no doubt fake Ken has already seen some scamming success. I am sure other people have sent him significant amounts of money way before I was targeted. Now, because of the last video and the amazing response from you guys,
we have managed to get that website shut down, which obviously is going to make a big difference to stopping any more people right this second getting scammed, and that could potentially be tens or hundreds of thousands of pounds, so that is a win.
This is a huge piece of the puzzle to stop Ken from scamming innocent people out of their life savings. And now, all that's left to do is confronting fake Ken again.
Okay, this is it. I'm going to phone and confront the scammer
who tried to steal £25,000 from me and is now threatening my family. Luckily, we have Ken's new number from Ian's screenshot. Now, in the last video, when we confronted Ken,
we know that you're a scammer.
He hung up straight away, but hopefully this time we get the chance to speak to him.
Right, here we go. Hopefully he answers.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Ken, it's Mark. Please don't hang up. I need to talk to you. Listen, you tried to scam me, which is one thing, but now you threaten my family, my wife, but what about my 5-year-old daughter?
Gutted, I have so much to say to the man, but he just won't speak to me.
Fake Ken, listen, you are stealing from people and we shut you down. Now all you had to do was walk away and set up the scam somewhere else. You could have just carried on like I didn't even exist. You made this personal, very personal, by involving my family. Now we have the national police, international police, cybercrime, FBI, Interpol, everybody working on this case. You could have just walked away.
My family is everything to me, and you threatened to take that. So if you thought I was going to take that lightly, then think again.
My dad was scared of nothing. He didn't let people take advantage of him. And one thing is for certain, he wouldn't want me and my amazing team here to be intimidated.
Thank you for watching Tuesday 6 PM.
Yay!